Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's me, XLR DeVito. Um, so, say you got passed through your body and you just broke a string. I just recently broke one, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this bridge. You don't need to do that on yours, but if it does keep falling out, like on mine, it's just know it's normal. And if yours has like a stamp, like of a name, this is a pure bone. So I'll have to figure out how to put that in the right orientation. Yeah, that's the right orientation right there. Okay. So, anyways, I'm taking that out right now, just temporarily. Again, you don't need to do that unless yours is falling out or loose like mine, and that's normal. You don't want them to be glued in. Some cheaper manufacturers do. This is actually a cheap one. This is an AKLOT ukulele, and it has the electric pickup on the inside. Anyways, so these are through the body strings. What it means is you tie a knot and you put the string through the body, and I'm going to show you how to basically do that. Let's move this back. So what you want to do is, I usually put the ukulele like up on my knee, so it's upside down like this, and what we're going to pay attention to is inside the hole. And yours could be easier or harder depending on what it is, but you want to make sure you don't stick that all the way through and then you just have a loose string in there. That'll create string buzz and other issues. And basically what we're looking for is we're going to keep fishing this back and forth. We're going to keep fishing this back and forth until you start seeing the string pop out inside the cavity. You may even need to reach in there. Be careful if you have acoustics inside it, like the electric stuff, electric pickup or whatever it is inside it. And I'm having an issue getting that string through. These are actually a pain in the butt. So let's just start with a different one, because I just want you to see it. So see how that string, see how that string's right there? And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reach in there and pull it through like that. And this is what I mean by having a knot there. Let's see if I can get another one to cooperate. As I wreck the camera trying to do it. Okay. So see, it was getting caught right there on the rib. So I went ahead and pulled it out. And now you can see there's the end right here. And just like that, it's out. There's the thing. So see how long I left that there? That's probably where some of my string buzz was coming from, because I left that too long. So we're going to have this sideways now. See, that's actually the better way. So my advice is, when you're removing them, hold it sideways, because if you're going to have that rib right there on most ukuleles, and it's just going to catch. So if you have it sideways, it should just fall into that end rib. It looked like it was starting to do so, but I also don't have the wallet area. There we go. and it's past the rib. Like again, like I said, it gets caught back there, inside there. I could actually probably put the camera in there and kind of try to give you a good angle. That rib right there, and it'll fall into plenty of places in there to grab onto. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. So I'm not a professional luthier. Never went to school or anything like that. But now would be a perfect time to go ahead and oil and clean your fretboard if it needs it, or do any fret work or whatever you have going on. I do kind of want to clean it with oil, but I just did that maybe a month ago before my I forgot what brand. I think they're Diodarios or Didario or whatever they call them. Anyways, it's like a gray string. May look black in the video, but this is a gray string. And we're gonna go ahead and, oh yeah, look, there's my ukulele string pile, like from just all the ones that broke or show up. I found a certain use for them, that's why I haven't thrown those ones away yet. Is I have a U-lava that and sometimes the knots on these finer strings cause issue. So the way I fix that is I'll snip off a piece like about that big, and I'll slide that through the knot, and then it bends like a bow, keeping it from pulling through. But that's on the U-lava. It's a carbon fiber body guitar, or not guitar, ukulele. So we're going to start with our G. That's a black. So when you buy Didarios, you can join a players club. You earn points to like basically get discounts, or as player circle, I guess. It's kind of cool. I already used that code, so but yeah, so there's the brand there. And so we're gonna be doing black. That's the G string right there, and that's gonna be the first one, so it's gonna go right there. Let's go ahead and grab this. Make sure you put this back in before you start doing the strings. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull this off. I like to use these as my ends. And this is all you're going to do. Same way as before. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stick this through the hole for the G string, and we're just going to push that through. Let's go ahead and push the whole thing through, and then you're going to see it pop up like it did here because of how long they are. And what we're going to do next is we'll lay it flat. So we're going to lay it flat. You're going to take the string right here, and you're going to make like a knot with a circle like that. And then you're going to go ahead and take it around, and you see how it's like right here. I'm going to stick it through right there. So now you got like a little double knot going on. Oh, hold on, I just undid it. There we go. And then you pull tight. You can use pliers if you need pliers. I don't seem to have any, so. Alright, so you pull tight like that, and you're going to get like a little knot like this going on. And then you're going to go ahead and take your cutters. You could either use pliers or actual string cutters like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure to, there it is, like trim it right about there. And you see that little nubbin? So when I pull through, it's going to go ahead and hit the side of the wall. So I'm going to just like let go. I'm going to pull up with this hand, and then boom, there you go. And now you're ready to string it. So right here, the way you're going to want this set up is you're going to want to make this to where the holes are all facing you. It just makes it easier. And then there's going to be a lot of extra length, like a lot. And how I suggest doing it is going to be kind of funky. Let's see if I can actually get this on camera. Okay, so you got this string right there, and you see how it's lined up there. I only want to get like about 3 turns, and you're gonna want to turn it to where the string right here is going this way, and then through it. Some people like to bend them, that you could bend that up so that way it has like a tighter grip or whatever. And then, okay, let's pull this back like about here. You want slack. I have like about that much slack going on. You may want to just do a little bit less. And you can just speed it up by using this end. And you see how this went over? You don't want that. And I'm going the wrong way with it. So you're going to want to do this. See how it's pulling? Make sure this stays above it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And as you can see here, there's like the string tension. There's the string tension. Here we have about two bindings on it. You'd want to normally see probably about this to go around like 3 or 4 times. I would say 3. 3 would probably be the comfortable way to do it. It'll probably do that with the stretching and stuff. Of course, like all new strings, they're gonna go out of tune right away because they're still stretching. That's a normal part of things, of just changing out the strings. And yeah, so basically, since that's already done there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this string here. Let me pop on a light. Probably should have done that from the start. Where are you? Nope, wrong way. There we go. So you got one string here, and it goes kind of far off. And I got about one binding on it. And what I would normally do is I'll cut like right here, right on that, but because I'm not sure if I should leave it like that, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. And that's how much string I wasted, because you could do more or less bindings. You don't have to wrap it as tight as they do at the factory. Yeah, see, that's still pretty loose. I could probably get a couple more twists on that, or bindings on this. Alright, so then you would just repeat the process. Let me go ahead and see which one's next. I think it might be the purple. I had to take a photo of it. See, I took a photo back of it because I had thrown it away. Yeah, so next would be purple. This is the thicker out of all the strings, and I don't want to say it's like the hardest, but it definitely can give you problems. Once again, we're going to go back looking over here on this side. I'm going to stick this in through the next hole. We're going to hold the ukulele upside down while I feed the string through. Now, whether this is necessary or not, that's up for you to decide, but this is how I do it. This one's kind of a pain because the electronics on the inside, it seems like these strings always like to get caught on something. Alright, so this is the inside of it again. I'm going to show you how to do that double knot one more time. So you want to make sure you leave yourself plenty of space. There's nothing wrong with trying to redo it, but just know once you put a kink in those strings, that can cause issues in the future. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, do that, get this to double back around. We're gonna go ahead and go around that. Then we're gonna pull nice and tight. I use my teeth or pliers. That knot should actually be tighter than that, just so heads up, like that's a semi-bad example because you want it tighter, but some would probably say that it would pull it could pull tighter once you start stringing it, but I suggest you do it tighter before that. Then you're gonna go ahead and cut right about there. You want to leave about that much, maybe less, so that way it doesn't buzz on anything, because that can touch something and it could just create constant string buzz when you're playing. And then it just goes like that. Again with the same step, you're going to go ahead and take this, string it through there. Line it up right here. You're going to twist this that way. Oop. You're going to twist this going the same direction that you did this one. And of course these two are going to be just like that, but on the opposite. So I guess you'd call this counterclockwise. And the way I do it is I usually keep it on my lap, like I was saying before. Then you go ahead and you put string there. You want to give yourself some slack. Then you put this on, and then you start twisting it like this, counterclockwise. Don't press too hard. Make sure you let it like free when it starts to bind. And then there you go. Please excuse my terminology. I'm still learning about instruments and stuff like this, but I had a hard time finding a tutorial for this, so I'm hoping that maybe this can help somebody out that had the same questions on how to do it. I'm going to go ahead and get close, like right there. Cut. It's okay to have that much string left over. Again, if you want to do more bindings, you can. When I learned how to do this, I was told that you'd want like a maximum of 3, because if you start binding them, watch, for example, let me put this up. If you bind them like this, from like how the factory does it, some people consider that too tight. I think that's part of the reason that the strings just broke on this one, was because of that. So see right here, I had these gray strings on them. I forgot what material they were made out of, but these are definitely Diodario, and yeah, as you can see here, I had probably just about as, this is actually the C, kind of funny enough, but yeah, I had so many bindings on this, and I think that's why it broke. Here's another example of like the one with the finer strings. I just had too many bindings on them, and that can affect your string tension. I just made a horrible mistake. I was supposed to use green next. Wow. Green's right here. Alright. Well, give me a moment while I try to fix that. Well, my apologies, folks. I went ahead and I ruined that. And these are some pretty nice strings, too. That sucks, because this string should be right here. Well, here's how I'm going to try to fix it. So now that I fetched the string out, I went ahead and I undid the knot. I don't really have much string to work with, and I am 100% sure this probably weakened the string. Let me just double check where purple was supposed to go. Okay, so purple was supposed to be in this slot here. So we have it back through. My only question is, can I make that double knot again without destroying the whole thing? Alright. Alright, there's my attempt at making that knot again. It doesn't look to be totally in place, but we did lose a small fraction of space that we were going to have before. So that sucks. Alright. So, it happens. Mistakes happen. It's okay. So now what we're seeing is basically an example of doing it on the other side. So, hey, happy coincidence, right? I was just talking about how this side was important. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. Let's go this way. And you want to hold it down on this one. And here we go. There you go. We're able to save it. So I guess that was a happy ending. Alright. We'll find out later when I actually tune it. So I think the next one I wanted to actually do was green. Yeah, because this one's black. Green would go here, and this is purple. Or if you actually want to know the names of the strings, which I should be calling them. This one's G. The one that I was saying was the thickest is C. So this one is not the thickest. This one here is E. And then this one would be A. Oh. And that's me slapping the camera, apparently. Alright, so this is C now. And as you add more strings, it does get a little bit harder. Because you have to reach between them. Ah. Ukulele and ukulele violence. Okay. So this is the thicker string. The G. Or not the G, the C. Okay. We got the first loop. I'm going to go ahead and go around again. There we go. And then again, I'm going to cut off that end because I don't want any buzzing. So I'll try to cut it as short as possible because last time I did have buzzing. And trust me, you do not want to be fetching these out because you made a mistake. Pull back from the table and voila. By the way, this is not sponsored by anything. I just happen to like Diodario strings, and honestly, this ukulele right here is probably one of the best value instruments I've ever seen on Amazon. Can you cooperate with me here? Okay, thank you. Okay, we got the strings pretty loose. I'm gonna go around here, flip that up. Actually, I don't like that. So what I'm doing is I'm loosening it back up. I need a little bit more slack. See what I did there? That's a weakness because it had a white mark in it. So there's a chance that that's where the breaking point will be if this ever snaps. And I forgot to look at the screen, so I don't even know if you saw that as I move things around again. Alright. Sorry for so much whiplash. And then there we go. And then this is the last string that we're gonna do, and that one's the A. So again, in the order of the strings for right-handed ukulele, this is gonna be G, which is black, C, which is purple, or not purple, green. So this is black, this is green, and this one's purple. The last one will be silver, and again, that's G, C, E, A, the standard tuning for ukulele. And we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do this. And if you're still watching, thank you for your time and your patience. As Shia LaBeouf and my dad once said, just do it. Or what was that one quote that if you have like it's for, I think it was for public talking. I don't know what else it could be used for, but I remember the saying that if you're scared to do something, then just do it scared. Basically saying don't let fear stop you. That also goes along the lines of those who read the Bible and believe in Jesus. He did not give us a spirit of fear. I probably didn't finish that quote right, so please forgive me. Oh, that's why I had it on my lap last time. And we're just doing the same thing again. I'm giving some slack, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn this clockwise. You want to make sure this stays above. You could trim it sooner, but I would recommend waiting, as you saw what happened earlier to me. But that was kind of a completely different mistake. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I made it worse. Then just go ahead and... These have been like the best $10 on, or maybe $7 that I've ever spent online. And there you go. There's how the headstock looks. Everything's resting inside the nut like it's supposed to. And the only other thing I have to mention is if this falls out, make sure you put it the right way. If it has like a name on it, let me show you an example of one that has like a name. So I'm wanting to learn how to Luther. I've always liked guitar and stuff like that, and so this is my attempt at getting into the hobby. Where is it? So these are two that I have for like another instrument here. This is one off of one of my AKLOT ukulele that I have yet to review yet. And as you can see right here on this saddle, it has the name right there of like what it is. It says it's a new bone, whatever serial number, and it sits in there with the name facing the neck. I was attempting to replace the new bone with bone in hopes that I made it sound better. Sometimes it feels like I'm just ruining the instrument, but I guess you gotta do stuff to learn stuff, right? You learn from your mistakes. That's the best way. Or learn from other people's mistakes if you see them first, like you saw here when I put the wrong string on the ukulele. But yeah, anyways, it's me, bro. I'm XLR DeVito. You have a great day, and thanks for watching.